Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nebraska Wrestling. Today I'm going to talk about the three best lures to use in the springtime, because we're all waiting for spring here in Nebraska and we are very anxious to get out there and catch some big fish. The first thing I want to start with is crankbaits. Now there are a few colors that I would use here in the springtime, and they would be this one right here. This is a Lucky Craft Square Bill, and it is a 1.5, and it's in obviously craw color. Now this is what I would use on a bigger lake where I know that they have some craws in it. The next color of square bill I would use is, now this is a Strike King Sexy Shad, a 1.5, just like the Lucky Craft over here. This I have had a lot of luck on. I catch a lot of fish on these, and this is one of my favorite colors all around to use. Another one that I would like, or that I like to use in the springtime, is a lipless crankbait, and this could either be in craw color like my square bill over here, or a lipless crankbait in Sexy Shad. This is a Cotton Cordell. This is a Bagley, and if you want to know where to get these, comment it below and I will put it in a reply on your comment. Done with those. The next best bait for spring would be, right here we have the Riot Baits flipping jig. This is the Instigator jig, and this is one of the best spring baits you can throw as well. Put a nice chunky trailer on there, or whatever trailer you prefer. Go catch some giant largemouth bass. I've also got this in white, and if you're brave or if you're cuckoo like me, I'm gonna try and fish this on beds this year because I know white does very well on beds, and I'm interested to see how the bass will react to a white jig on the bed. Now, continuing with the jigs, I'm going to show you what kind of trailers I use for my jigs, or for the flipping jigs here. So first I've got Cabin Creek craws, the Trigger Cross, Berkley Havoc, they're the Pit Boss Jr. We are going to get some of the Riot Baits R-Craws for trailers, and those will be prime for the jigs that we use. The next thing is, of course, Senkos. Now I've got like 15, 20 packages of stick baits. I wouldn't call them Senkos because they are not the Yamamoto brand. But the Riot Baits here, I'm going to demonstrate on these how I would rig this for springtime fishing. I'm going to start with a 3/0 EWG hook right there. I don't have any smaller weights right now. I'm going to use a drop shot bait that the line tie broke off of. Now let's get our Senko out. I'm going to start by taking it and rigging it right through the head, like that. Bring it up, slide it on up there, get your hook right on through, just like that. And then you don't have to use EWG hooks, you can just use regular wide gap worm hooks, those work as well, probably even a little bit better. Then you're going to take your weight, and obviously you're not going to actually use a drop shot weight, but you're going to take your weight and you're going to peg it right on top. And that'll help it fall just a little bit quicker and give this tail a little bit of movement when you're bringing it down through the water. Next rig I would use for Senkos would be Wacky Rig, and I do not have any circle hooks, smaller circle hooks. Got a bigger one, but an EWG hook may be a little bit too big, but I've found that this actually doesn't work half bad. So you just bring it right up through the middle, and when this drops, this bait's gonna go like this. Now I said I was doing 3 things, but I have a 4th. And that right here, shaky head. Now on shaky head, and you gotta throw on some kind of finesse worm here. Now I have a ton of different colors to use in the springtime. Alright, so I've narrowed it down to 3 colors and 3 worms that I like to use on shaky heads in the spring. I have Zoom, little Super Salt Plus finesse worms in watermelon seed. The Super Salt Plus finesse worm in Junebug. Alright, moving on here. Do the watermelon seed here. Look at that. Very promising color. Little Zoom worm, finesse worm on the shaky head. Bounce out along the bottom. Tail is going to flick and shake. Having some trouble keeping it up there. Junebug, it kind of reminds me of the color of grape Gatorade. Alright guys, that is all of the springtime baits that I would recommend you use. There's 4 there, I know it says we're going to do 3, I did 4. If you want to know what bait was what, you can put it in the comments and I will send you the link to where you can find it. There is one last thing that I do want to share, and that is this right here. Unsheath it for you. This right here, my friends, is the Skeet Reese Topwater rod. This is a 7.2. The lure weight is 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce. Line weight is 10 to 25, and the action is fast. I really wanted to get a rod that could be a flipping rod and also double as a topwater rod. And this was the perfect rod right here. And the story behind this rod is, yes, it is yellow, and yes, yellow is a very, very hard color to sell. Captain X and Noah went to Walmart and they talked to one of the guys in the sporting goods area, and they said that these rods have been in their store for close to 3 or 4 years, and they're like, alright, their MSRP is $99, we're going to take it down to $28. So Noah got one of these. Noah also plans to go get another one of these, maybe not this same specific rod, and Captain X bought 2 or 3, I cannot remember, but they are a great deal, and I'm really glad I got one of them because I really needed a topwater and flipping rod for the spring and summer and upcoming years. I'm going to get a lot of good use out of this, and it's a really, really, really nice rod. But right now, I've got my Daiwa Air D on there. This is my 6-to-3-to-1, and I don't know if I'm going to keep this on here or not. It's just kind of on there because that's the one that looked the best. I really do want to get another reel, another 6-to-3-to-1, because that can be more versatile than a 7-to-3-to-1, and I can't decide on which reel to get. Deciding between the Laguna, like what Noah's first reel was, or the Air D, like this one, or getting an Exceller. If you have any preferences, or you think one is better than the other, like the Exceller, I've never picked the Exceller up. Want to go try it, but if you've used the Exceller and you like it or you don't like it, make sure to let me know so I don't go out and spend $70 on a reel that I'm not going to use, or that I will use but it will drive me nuts. Well, I think it's time for me to wrap this video up. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. I've got it. This is how I will end it. Right here. This Zebco 33, but this is what we're going to catch the world record largemouth bass on. Right here, this Zebco 33, this 5'6" medium action 2-piece Zebco 33. Thanks for watching. See you next time.